Hey guys, welcome back to Average Jake Reviews. Today we're going to go over some of my favorites from the house of Mugler. Be sure to watch until the end of the video as I'm going to be doing a 3 ml decant giveaway of each of the fragrances here on the table to one lucky subscriber. Stick around to find out how. So first up we're going to talk about the original Amen. Now, Amen was released in 1996 and is known for being patchouli heavy and having this sweetness and almost this tar like smell to it. Now to me, when I smell this freshly sprayed, I definitely get the patchouli, and I've got some here on my elbow. And I get why people would say the tar note. I think to me it almost smells rubbery. Kind of reminds me of what these flasks would smell like if they were fresh. So the original Amen performance, this thing is a beast, an absolute beast. Total beast mode on this one. We're looking at somewhere between, I think on the worst day that I've worn it, I probably got 12 hours, whereas the best days, I've gotten 16, 18 hours. I can still smell it the next day on my jacket. So performance of this one, I think, is hard to beat. I can't think of another designer fragrance that's going to give you the longevity that this one's going to give you, as well as the projection and sillage that the original Amen gives you. Now, this is definitely a love it or hate it fragrance. For me, it's a total love, and it's what introduced me to the rest of the line. So next up, the fragrance we're going to be talking about is Pure Coffee. Now, Pure Coffee is kind of distinct in the line because of this star or angel not being a visible juice level indicator. This one is actually covered by this little tin star and is, to my knowledge, the only one in the Amen line that's got the window covered. So checking your juice level is a little bit more difficult with this one. Now, some of the flasks will function differently. I know the original Amen, I pull the top off of it and I can replace it. On Pure Coffee, you actually pull out the bottom, or at least on this one that I've got, it seems to be the way. So the beautiful thing with all of their fragrances is they're all replaceable and refillable. So you can just pull out the inside bottle and replace it with a fresh one when it's empty. Now, Pure Coffee gives me the original Amen DNA, but with the note of like a raw coffee bean, fresh coffee bean. The performance on this one isn't quite as good as the original Amen. I think on this one I probably get 6 to 8 hours, which is fine. I think that's still a pretty good life for a fragrance. Now, the coffee note, I kind of wish that would stick around a little bit longer. That's probably my only complaint, if I have one, with this fragrance. The sillage is beautiful, of course, as with all the other ones, but the coffee note, I think it only, to me, I can pick it up for about 2 to 3 hours. I would love to smell that for the life of the fragrance, and I'm sure that there's some sort of hang up there as to why they can't get that stick around longer. Pure Coffee, absolutely wonderful fragrance. I do recommend to sample this, as with all of the other stuff here, because it is a very polarizing house. So next up we're going to discuss Cryptomint. Now, Cryptomint is a very interesting flask or bottle. The color of it, of course, is gorgeous, but the color of the juice kind of looks like a minty color. Now, the fragrance itself, I've actually decanted this a little bit, and the fragrance itself is going to be clear, as with Pure Coffee. And, you know, I actually don't know about Pure Malt. I think that one is that orange color, and then the OG Amen is going to be a very light blue outside of the bottle. But this one in particular, again, sticks with that original Amen DNA that you're expecting from all of their flankers, and adds the note of mint. Now, mint can be something that for me can either be very off-putting, or it can be something that makes me fall in love with the fragrance. Now, this one in particular, I actually really dig because it didn't go in a candy direction. It kept a very natural mint smell as far as designer is concerned. And it's just an absolutely beautiful mint fragrance. If you don't have one yet, I would highly recommend you seek this one out. I think this one in particular I picked up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's and was just absolute pennies in comparison to a new bottle. Now you can track these down on discounters. As with a lot of these, I know Pure Malt's pretty difficult to find on discounters right now, but Cryptomint is one that I would highly recommend, that even getting as an intro into the Mugler lineup, I think is one that's really easy on the nose and one that will have you fall in love with everything that they've got. So last but not least is the latest addition to my collection, which is the Pure Malt. And Pure Malt is, of course, again, following suit with all the other Mugler A fragrances and just adding a note of whiskey. This one to me is a more mature fragrance. Still keeps that semi-playful, semi-youthful. I hate to say those words because it makes me think of, very loud and boisterous fragrances. This one isn't as loud. I think this one is definitely more mature. It keeps that beautiful DNA, as I mentioned, and gives you a good longevity. I wouldn't say that this one's great. It's, in terms of most designer fragrances, longevity on this is going to be just fine. But I think when you've been spoiled and have the original Amen, it's kind of tough to see the performance of this one, which is such a gorgeous fragrance, but one that doesn't stick around as long as the original does. So as I mentioned, I want to give one US subscriber 3 ml decant of everything here. And all you have to do is make sure that you're subscribed here and leave me a comment down in the comment section of your favorite Mugler if you've tried them. So as always, thank you for joining me here on this channel. I'm still new, I'm trying to get this thing going, and I appreciate you guys' suggestions or all of your interactions with the page. It's something that just makes me want to continue doing it. So if you enjoy what I'm doing, let me know that down in the comments as well, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. I'll catch you guys later.